Hi, welcome to Technology Platform. So I'm just going to take macro. So in Excel macro, we know so many features introduced by Microsoft, but how to use that? Like for example, if you see this in my screen, I will just retrieve all the files and the size of the each files. I took like this. So most of the people's trying to use that. For example, I will just select any of the folder, and in that folder so many subfolders are present and so many files also present. So how to filter or extract all the files and folders with size? So how to do that? So that I'm going to explain in this video. So before starting this, we just want to understand the basic thing of macro and how to use that so that it is easy to understand for this concept. But anyway, it is easy to understand. But however, I'll explain you the basic functionality of macros, and then I will let, instruct this how to do this, extract the each files, and based on the size, how to get that. That I will explain later, but before understanding this, I will explain the basic thing of macro now. So now if you see here in the Excel, you could see this macro here. So now in this macro, once you click on view macro, here you would see this macro name. I'll simply type sample and click on create. Now this is the scripting window. We need to write it and execute based on ours. So now I want to explain the simple thing like message box. It will pop up the message which is required for example, this is test. So just message box and this is test. It will give you so how it works like that. So now uh, we written already, so we know how to extract this. But before understanding this, in this code, I use so many for class and some functions like that. So I will explain this small set of pieces and then I'm going to explain this. Now you will see this. First in the macro, you want to understand that. So this is the sheet. Now you could see this. I want to display like this. 1, 2, 3. Automatic manner, not a manual manner. Via code, we want to type this. So how to do this first? Now, in the window, I'm going to declare a variable first by using that dim. So dim is a keyword and I'm declaring a variable. Add now. Now I'm going to use for each statement, for each next. This for each syntax is like variable name in list of values. That means um, now I declare a var num. What I'm going to do here is like var num equal to some list of values here. I used array 1, comma 2, comma 3. So three values which is represented in array mode and that is stored in var num. So now you see this var num values I need to retrieve and just loop it. That's it my task now. So in the list of values, I'm going to mention var num. Those 1, 2, 3 values will be extract one by one and store it here. Like I will check like get var num values. For that also I will use fill. Now you will see this var num, it has 1, 2, 3 and those values I used here. I'm incrementing one by one. So for that, I used another variable like I equal to I plus 1. So for that, I'm declaring dim I. Now, this is be present here. Now you can see this message box get num values. I want to run this. So this is run button, this is break and reset. So for that we have debug mode here. Step into. The step into means it will go line by line. Now if you see the keyword is F8. Now I'm going to press F8. Again F8. It comes here. Var num is not empty now. It's an array now. So var num value stored here 1. See this message box 1, 2, 3. Now this is clear. You want to see this one, I will press F5. So earlier I used F8, it is one by one line. Now I'm going to execute the whole code. This is 1, okay, 2, okay, 3. So 3. So instead of that, I'm going to use ABC. So if it is a character or a string, it should be quoted with this double quote. So any non-numerical value should be quoted as double quotes. Now if you see this, A, B, C, like this. So you can use this is test 1, this is test 2, this is test 3. Now if you see this test 1, test 2, test 3, right? So now let me go back here. 1, 2, 3. So instead of message box, I want to store the value here. A. Now in Excel, if you see here, the default keywords are there. This is cell, the row, column, and range. A, B is a range. This is a cell like that. It's already there. Now what I'm going to do here is like I'm going to store a value here by using keyword range. Open bracket, close bracket. Now A1. Now see this A1 dot value equal to get num values. Now if you see this, yeah, because why it is happening is like I used a variable instead of default one. So now we use it like this. You will see it will only one number should be there because I haven't looped it. It's not a dynamic one. I put it a constant hard coded value. So its mention is like 3 here in A1. Now if you see A2, it is present in A2. So now I want to automate this. So 1 should be here, 2 should be here, 3 should be here. What I'm going to do here is like I used A and this value 1, 2, 3, this value should be dynamic. So for that, I'm going to concatenate by using ampersand symbol and then I plus 1. So this is the iteration I used here. Now you will see this. I'm running this. Now you got it. A 1, 2, 3. One more time, I'll show you this one. I'm simply clicking here. Now you'll see 1, 2, 3. Now I'm typing like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, so like this. I will type whatever I want to prefer. I will type it here. Now I will run this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and ABC. So this is the for loop here. Now you are clear on that. So next thing I want to show you how to use this in a function basis. Like now you have hard coded this value get num values, but I want to sum it. or I want to add it. How to do that by using functions. That we will see you in the next video. Thanks.